Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if it's your first time here, hello, my name's Emily. This is a beginner to intermediate level yoga channel, and today's video is more on the intermediate end of that spectrum. This is something that's been requested on my Instagram page, so it's an intermediate level Vinyasa flow. Of course, just take care of your body. If you have any injuries or weaknesses, make sure that you prioritise looking after yourself and only go into this sequence if you think it's suitable for you today. Okay, we'll get started. We're coming into an extended child's pose to begin. So, coming through from tabletop position, bring the big toes together and have the knees a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Sit back towards your heels and take the hands out nice and wide, so as wide as the yoga mat. Reach the fingertips forwards and let your forehead rest down to the mat. Of course, if you like to modify this by putting hands under the head or grabbing a block, you're welcome to do that too. And we'll take a few moments here just to settle in our child's pose. So spread the fingers wide, feel the palms resting on the mat. Notice how your hips feel in this position, whether there's any tightness. Now begin to lengthen your inhalation and your exhalation. Maybe engaging with the Ujjayi breath now, if that's something that you're familiar with. So creating a soft restriction in the back of the throat as you breathe in and out through the nose, creating an audible breath, like the sound of the ocean. If that's something you've not worked with before, don't worry about that, just let the breath be long and steady. Now press down into the fronts of the feet and slowly lift your body up. Bring the hands under the shoulders now and bring the knees under the hips. So we're into tabletop position. Let the feet come to the distance of the hips as well. And we'll start to move through cat and cow, nice simple warm up, but start really small with your movements. So we're going to just focus on the lower back, on the pelvis really, this tilt in the pelvis that we find with cat and cow. So just start by lifting the tailbone up, tilting the pelvis forwards. The rest of the body stays as it is. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, tilt that pelvis back so the tailbone tucks down. You might feel your core engage here as you draw in from the belly button. Do that again. Inhale, just lifting the tailbone, belly drops down slightly. And exhale, lifting the lower belly, tucking the tail down. Once more. Nice. Then keep your breath going, but start to make this movement a little bit bigger. So as you inhale, the belly drops all the way down. As you exhale, we start to round through the middle part of the back. And then starting to incorporate the head as well. So as you inhale, the belly dips, the head lifts, we reach forwards with the chest. As you exhale, the back rounds and the chin tucks to the chest. Keep moving with your breath, find any variations that feel nice. Maybe a little rock from side to side with the hips. Now we're going to make this movement a little bit bigger. So take the hands just a bit further forwards, take the knees just slightly further back. And again, drop the belly, inhale, lift the chest and start to reach the chest forward as though you're coming into upward facing dog. Then as you round the back, you're going to reach the hips back as though you're coming down into child's pose. So inhale, coming forwards, lifting the chest. Exhale, moving back, rounding the back, coming down towards child's pose. Just keep that going. Don't worry too much about the breath. Just find a nice flow forwards and backwards. You can keep it nice and gentle, so it's just a small dip of the hips as you come forwards, and then just pulling the hips back as you come back. Or you can make it a little bit bigger if that feels nice. So lowering the hips all the way down, lifting the chest, and then coming all the way back through into child's pose. Take a few more cycles of breath, finding your own way with this movement. Still rolling up and down the spine, stretching out the back. Go once more. And then come back to tabletop position. Knees back under the hips, hands back under the shoulders, tuck the toes and just sit back onto the heels for a moment. So we'll come off the wrists, give the wrists a little break. Sit back as much as you can towards the heels, tucking all 10 toes under. I know this one can feel quite intense, so just lean forwards a little bit if you need to come out of it. But if it's just a strong stretch that you're feeling, see if you can sit with it. Just roll the wrists. Check your breath again. And then we'll come back through tabletop position, give the toes a little wiggle around. And we'll lift up to downward facing dog. Take a moment here to just pedal out the feet, to do any kind of movement that you need to take. Lifting those hips up high, lengthening the spine. Then we'll send the right foot up to the sky, three-legged dog. Really open out that hip, bend the knee so the toes go almost behind you and lift that knee a little bit more. Pressing firmly through both palms and still reaching the left heel down to the mat. Take another breath in. As you exhale, bring that knee forwards and step the right foot all the way through. Let the back knee lower down, come into a lunge. Untuck the back foot. We're going to lift up and just find a little circular movement with the arms. So we'll inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms all the way back down. Inhale, reaching up, maybe looking up to the hands as you lift. Exhale, bring it back down. Once more. This time bring the palms back down. We'll step back to downward facing dog. Lift the left leg. Three-legged dog. Again, extend, reach those toes up and then bend the knee. So we open out the hip. Pressing into both palms, pulling in from the lower belly. The core is working hard here. Find your breath. Another breath in. And then exhale, bring that knee forwards towards the nose. Step the left foot through and let the back knee come down. Untuck the back toes. Lifting up into your lunge. Again, we'll find this movement with the breath. Let the hips really sink down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, releasing back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back down. Once more. Bring those hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Okay, a little core strengthener now. We'll send that right leg up again. Inhale. As you exhale, bring that knee forwards and across towards your left elbow. Inhale, send it all the way back up. Exhale, bring it forwards and across, left elbow. Once more. Inhale, send that leg up. Exhale, forwards and across. Inhale, send that leg up. And then exhale, step that foot up to the center of the mat between the hands. Press firmly into both feet. We're going to lift up into a high lunge this time. Same action with the arms. Inhale, reaching up, really opening up the shoulders. Exhale, bring those arms back down. 2 more. As you exhale, bring those hands all the way down. Pivot on the back toes, so the back foot turns out to 90 degrees. Press down into the front foot, open up warrior 2. Make sure the feet are nice and wide. Arms reach out, palms face down. Sinking down into that thigh. Find your breath. Then turn the right palm to face up. Reach away with that right hand. Reach that arm up and over, reverse warrior. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring it forwards. Bring the forearm down onto the thigh. And reach the left arm up to the ceiling for extended side angle pose. You have the option here to bring the right fingertips to the ground on the inside of that right foot. If that's too much, stay as you were. Then we'll bring this upper arm up and over so it's reaching towards the front of the mat. Keep that shoulder open, lift your chest towards the ceiling. Another breath in. Then as you exhale, I'm going to bring this left hand down and all the way through to the center. Pivot that right foot so you're into a wide forward fold, so the feet are parallel. Bring the hands down to the ground. If you can, place the palms down in line with the feet and release the head. Lift the sit bones up to the sky. Gently shake out the head here. Then lifting up just halfway, bring the fingertips to the ground, lift to a flat back position. We're going to walk the hands over towards the left foot, turn that left foot out, and we're coming into extended side angle pose on the other side. So left fingertips come down to the ground. We reach this right arm up and over, or we can bring this left arm up onto the thigh. Find which version of this pose works for you today. Whichever version you're in, we're going to sink down in the hips, keep the shoulder open. 1 more breath. Then press down into that left foot, lift back up into warrior 2 on the other side. Reach the left hand forwards, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, coming through extended side angle. Inhale here, lift the chest. Exhale, bring that hand down, come back through to your wide fold. So pivot that left foot so the feet are now parallel. Find your wide fold. Bring your weight onto the balls of the feet rather than the heels, so shift the weight forwards. Just take 2 breaths here. Then lifting to the fingertips, lift to a flat back halfway position. Turn those right toes out, walk the hands around, coming into your extended side angle on this first side again. Press down into the right foot, lifting back up, warrior 2. Reach forwards with the right hand, inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, bring the arms up and over, back into your lunge. Step back to plank. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend at the elbows, slowly lower all the way down to the belly. Point the toes back, inhale, lift the chest to cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, come all the way back up to downward facing dog. Shake out the head, take a breath here as you resettle. Then we're going to the other side. Lift the left leg, inhale. Exhale, bring that left knee across to the right elbow. Shift your weight forwards. Inhale, send it back up. Exhale, forwards and across. Once more. Exhale, coming forwards to the right elbow. Inhale, send that leg up. And then exhale, step it up between the hands. Press down firmly into the feet, lift up into your high lunge. Nice, draw up from the lower belly, find your focus, your drishti. Then we'll inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, back down, opening up the shoulders. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. One more. Coming all the way down this time. Pivot on the back toes so that foot turns out. Open up to warrior two. Nice and wide in the feet so you can really sink down in the hips. Then here we go. We'll turn the left palm to face up. Reach away. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, find your extended side angle pose. Either with the forearm on the thigh or fingertips down on the ground. Lift your chest towards the sky. Open up through that right shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Come into your wide fold. Shuffle the feet if you need to, so they're parallel. 2 breaths here. Then lifting up halfway, turn the right toes out, bend that right knee, come round into your extended side angle on the other side. Take a breath here. Press into that right foot, lift up, warrior two. Turn the right palm to face up, reach away, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, bring it back through, extended side angle. Just 1 breath in. Exhale, back into your wide forward fold. 2 breaths. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale as you walk the hands around, bending that left knee, turning the toes out, extended side angle, back towards the front. Press into that left foot, inhale, lifting up, warrior two. Find your breath. Turn the left palm to face up, reach forwards, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, bring the arms all the way down, coming through to your lunge. Nice, step back through to plank. If you're familiar with chaturanga, you can go with that and go up to upward facing dog. If not, we're going to do a slightly gentler version. So shift your weight forwards onto the tips of the toes, shoulders reaching past the wrists, drop the knees, release the toes back. Then bend at the elbows, reaching the chest forwards. As you come about halfway down, reach the chest forward and lift for upward facing dog. Shoulders draw back, chest reaches forwards. Press firmly into the palms, maybe pressing into the fronts of the feet to lift up the knees. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, coming back to downward facing dog. Lift the hips up, back to down dog. Take a breath here, let everything settle. And then lift up onto the tips of the toes and slowly bend the knees, bring the knees all the way down to the mat. Release the toes, bring the hands back, and then release down into a child's pose. Just take a moment here to let your breath and your heart rate settle down. Then reach your arms forwards, lift your head so you're looking forwards, and coming back up to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, reach the arms forwards and try and keep the arms extended, keep the arms straight as we lift up. Press firmly through the palms, press down into the toes and lift the hips. Take a moment to pedal out, to find any movement you need to take. Then lift up onto the tips of the toes. Inhale, reaching the hips up high. Exhale as you sink the heels down again. Inhale, lift onto the toes. Exhale, sink the heels down. This time lift up onto the tips of the toes, but then round your back and start to roll forwards into a high plank. Press back with the heels. We're going to try out side plank here. So come over onto your right side, reach the left hand up, stack the feet, or you can have one foot just in front of the other. If that's a little too much, bring this left foot down onto the ground, press into the left foot for a little bit more support. Just one more breath here. Then bring this left hand down, come back through your plank, lift up onto the toes and reach the hips back, downward facing dog. Just take a breath. Then lift up onto the toes, roll forwards through the spine into plank. When you're ready, coming onto the left side. Picking up that right hand, reaching up. You have the option to bring the right foot down, just in front of you for a little bit of support. One more breath. Then bring that hand down. This time reach forwards, take a vinyasa, lower the knees, bend the elbows, and reach the chest forward for upward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Okay, one last strengthening move. We're coming into fallen triangle pose. Inhale as you lift up the right leg for three-legged dog. Exhale as you bring that right knee forwards across to the left elbow as we did before, but this time extend that leg out and place the foot down on the ground. Lean onto your right hand, pick up the left hand and open up. So you're in a side plank but with that leg down. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring that hand down, bend the right knee and send that foot straight back up. Nice. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. To the other side, you've got this. Reach the left leg up, inhale. Exhale, bring that knee forwards across to the right elbow and then extend and place that foot down. Come onto the left hand, reach the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, bring that hand down, bend the left knee, send that left foot back up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, place the foot down and come back down into your child's pose. Sit down to the knees, bring the hands by your sides. Phew, and release the forehead down. Tell you what, it's hard doing that and talking at the same time. And slowly just lift up into a seated position. We're going to bring the legs around in front. Phew, and it's time to just have a little stretch out and a cool down. So stretch out the legs in front of you. So we'll bring this left knee in and cross the left foot over the right leg. Extend through the right heel and lift up the toes. Pull in from the lower belly, lift up tall so your core is holding you in this straight upright position. Bring the left hand to the ground behind you. And you have two options with this right arm. You can either hug this right arm around the leg and turn to look to the left, coming into your twist here. Or if you feel quite comfortable with twists and you feel there's a little further that you can go, but only if that is the case, then you can reach this right arm up, extend, take a breath in, pull in from the lower belly. And then as you exhale, bring this elbow to the outside of that knee and find a little more movement. Still lifting tall, make sure you're not rounding the back like this. If that's the case, come back to this other version and focus on straightening the back. Keep those right toes lifted, find whichever version of this twist you want to be in, and then find your breath. Inhale as you lift, exhale into the twist. One more breath here. Okay, then take this right hand and listen carefully because this can be a little confusing. You're going to bring this right hand to the outer edge of that left foot. So onto the outer edge like this. Keep lifting up tall. Keep pressing out through the right heel. Keep that leg strong. You're going to lift up this left foot. Bring a bend into the knee to begin with and focus on lifting the chest. Trying not to lean back too strongly onto this left hand. So pull in from the belly. We're going to find a little balance here. You can either keep a bend in this knee and stay exactly as you are, or you can try straightening out that leg a little bit more. If it doesn't do that, don't worry, just stay with the bent knee. Keeping the spine straight is the most important thing. Then you might lift up that hand, open up into your twist again, so turning your chest to the left, and find a little balance here. Now bring that left hand down, bend that left knee, and cross the ankle over the right thigh. Turning to look back to the front, just lean back on the hands and lift up this right knee. So you've got the left ankle crossed over the right thigh. Big stretch for this left glute and for the left hip. Bring this foot in as close as you need to be able to feel this. Focus on pushing the left knee out away from you and reaching your chest towards that left leg or the left shin. Whew. 3 deep breaths here. Try not to clench the jaw. Let the jaw soften. Okay, then lean back a little bit, extend that right leg, extend the left leg. It might feel nice to just stretch out like this, and then let it come down. Whew. We'll take that to the other side. So lift up again, and this time we're bringing the right knee in, crossing the right foot over the left leg. Left foot is really active, toes are lifting up. Pull in from the lower belly, lift tall, bring the right hand to the ground behind you. Left arm either hugs around the knee as you come into your twist, or you can reach this left arm up. Inhale, find length in the spine, and then exhale, bring that elbow to the outside of the knee. Again, focus on keeping the spine long and lifted. Find your breath. Okay, now bring this left hand to grab hold of the outer edge of the right foot. Keep your chest turning towards the right, so we're still in this twist. Maybe take the right fingertips a little bit further back, and then find this balance. So start with a bend in the knee, don't rush into this one. Keep drawing up through the spine. Keep the left foot really active as well, press out through the heel. Then you might lift up this right hand, find a little balance, maybe extending the right leg. Keep lifting, pull in from the lower belly. Then let the right hand come back down, bend that knee and cross the ankle over the left thigh. Come back to the center. Bending the left knee now, bring that knee in. Find your version of this stretch on the other side. So make sure that the ankle is crossed over at the thigh. If you're not feeling much, you can bring that foot in just a little bit closer. It will help you to keep this right foot flexed, so rather than just having that ankle kind of floppy where it can get uncomfortable, if you flex that ankle, it will protect both the ankle and the knee. Then lift the chest towards that right shin. 3 deep breaths. Okay, then lean back a little bit, straighten out the left leg, straighten out the right leg, maybe flexing and pointing that foot, and let it come down. Good news, it's time to lie down. So shuffle yourself towards the end of the mat, bring the hands to the backs of the thighs, and if it feels nice on your back, you can take a little rock forwards and backwards, up and down the spine. If that doesn't feel good, just lay back and hug the knees in towards the chest. But if you do like this rocking movement, do it a few more times. You can also challenge yourself to come up and find a little balance here, like a little mini boat pose. If plow pose is in your practice, you might go there as well for a breath. And when you're ready, just lay back, hug the knees in, and then slow down. Take a little rock from side to side, but more gently. Let the shoulders shuffle down, away from the ears, lengthen the neck. We'll finish with a happy baby pose. So take the feet and the knees a little bit wider, bring the arms to the insides of the legs, and you can either grab hold of the outer edges of the feet as we did before, maybe the inner arches, or if that's not within reach, you can just go one leg at a time and just grab hold of the shin or the lower leg instead. I'm going to reach the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, so the knees reach up towards the armpits. Hips are really open. And just find anything that feels nice here, any movement, any extra stretches, so you might reach just one foot up and straighten out that leg, and then the other. Just see what feels good. Take a moment here. Close the eyes if you're comfortable. And take 2 big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And gently let go of the feet. Let the feet drop down onto the mat. Make any adjustments you need to make to get comfortable and find your way into Savasana. Let your body rest. Let every last muscle in your body relax. Feel the weight of your body dropping down, releasing into the ground beneath you. Let go now of any control of the breath and just let the breath be free. Gentle, steady flow of breath in and out. Give your body a chance to really rest. Give your mind a chance to rest too. Choose to embrace the quietness within. going to leave you to rest. Stay here a little bit longer, at least another 5 breaths before you gently get your body moving again. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. Take good care. Namaste.